Hey, good afternoon everybody. Today I'm going to show you a recipe I use for a pretty good fruit and vegetable juice. Juicing has become very popular these days. It's a very good way to get compact nutrition without having to eat all of this, which will be dinner tonight for me. I'm not jumping right into this and doing juice fasting and whatnot. I want to ease into it first, and that's one thing, I just should say as a rule of caution, you should always check with your doctor or your pharmacist to see if you should be juicing. And I'll just use one example here. Kale is a very popular green leafy vegetable, which is awesome for you. However, it contains large amounts of vitamin K, which can interfere with blood thinners and can be kind of hazardous depending on your health. So don't just jump right into this without checking with anybody. But that said, here's the list of ingredients. Yeah, so no matter what kind of vegetables you're using, whether you grew them yourself or bought them at the market, it's always a good idea to wash them first. Store-bought, they may have pesticides or herbicides on them. Even from your own garden, they could have dirt on it, which you don't want to be eating. Okay, so I'll just start with a few here. Next thing is set up the juicer. You may have seen side shots of this, but never seen it in action. I'm going to move the camera on the other side so you can see how I put it together. And I keep it on a draining tray here. So once you rinse it, after you juice it, you should always rinse your stuff and just leave it to dry. Excuse my gut in the picture here. Hopefully with this stuff that'll be disappearing soon. So just get your first barrel on, lock that in. Some people do it in a different order. I just like doing it like this. I do like the Omega. It's nice and easy. It's got a slow speed. That's pretty much it. There's your collector here. That's for the juice. This is for the waste. And once I get going, I will come and zoom back in on here. Start with a cucumber here. Sliced in pieces that fit in. You don't want to be fighting with this too much. There's a stopper I'll be using, but I like to use the soft stuff at the beginning just to keep it going. I usually put in the parsley and the kale intermittently and save some kale for the end to kind of clean out the wet stuff. And if you got a piece that's stuck a bit, yeah, for safety I cannot recommend that you put your fingers in there. So just ignore what I did there. I'm not worried. I have short fingers. There's no way that they could get stuck. But if you have long fingers, yeah, don't put them in there. You'll be missing one pretty quick. Let's use the tamper. The Roma tomatoes are quite nice. They juice really fast. Just pop right in there. And if you're wondering, yeah, the limes go in, skin and all. That's the nice part about using a good quality juicer like this. All the pulp comes out. So you're getting all this juice, but you're not getting a whole bunch of fiber. Because once you start doing this at the beginning, if you get too much fiber, you'll get upset stomach, gassy and whatnot. Also a good idea when you're preparing your vegetables, turn your juicer off so the motor doesn't overheat. So next I'll add a bit of kale to get the some fiber, getting out the wet stuff. I always start with the ends because they catch, and you generally don't have to feed it too much. If you put too much kale in, you'll have a really hard time with your juicer. It'll jam up. And you can see how fine and dry the pulp is coming out of here. It's just damp, but that's it. All the juice is in there. If you're going to be doing this a lot, the juicer seems expensive, but if you do this quite a bit, think about how much you're saving on food, especially if you can get your vegetables for a decent price. I always core the apples first, just pop those in, jam in some parsley. Now I leave my juice to chill in the fridge first. When you notice that this is getting full, just get some kind of container. I'll turn it off for now. Just get some kind of container. I've got like a big Pyrex cup here, and I don't drink it until I get it all mixed in. And you can just push down. The residue compacts quite a bit. This makes incredible compost, by the way, if you've got a compost heap going. And for the pepper, you don't even actually need to slice it. You can just break off chunks and just drop it down the chute. You can see the juice is coming out red there. So I'll just juice the rest of the pepper. So all the red stuff's gone through. And I'll just get the cup quickly, just to give you a view of that. So you think it's Christmas, eh? You got your reds and your greens going there. So I'm nearly done there. I just thought I'd give you a shot from this angle. See the juice coming out the bottom here, and the refuse coming out here. Like I said earlier, this is nearly dry. All the water has come out of there. That's what happens. That's what you get from a piece of kale. So here's the last portion of juice, and it's interesting to note that you can see how they separate by the specific gravities of the ingredients. So I'm just going to pour that in. So that is how much juice came out of that entire pan or bowl of vegetables, whatever you want to call it, that I had. And this is the amount of refuse. And I'll just push that down for you so you can see how little that really is. Okay, so I am going to mix that up with a spoon to get all the flavors blended in, and I'm going to put that in the fridge to chill before I have that for supper. And that is going to be it for supper. You just drink it slowly. Get some of that foam in there. And that's why I did choose this mix of ingredients, because it has a really nice flavor when it's all blended in, and it will not even feel like a hardship for you having this. So that's how I make fresh fruit and vegetable juice. Thank you for watching. Cheers, and I do hope to see you again.